Let's talk about ref and out reserved keywords. So do you remember this example when we were talking about value types versus reference types? We had declared a variable called a, initialized it to 10, passed it to this method, and we changed the value of a to 9 and then tried to print it in our main method to see if the value was changed or not. And we realized that it did not change because a is a value type. So we can actually give this a shot one more time just to see that it works and that a is going to be 10 again because it is a value type. So here you see that a is 10 when we are printing it in our main method. So this is great, but there's a way for us to force value types to behave as reference types. And the way we do that is by using out or ref keywords. And then we will talk about the difference between the two. But let's go ahead and use ref first. So I will say ref here and also say ref inside of the method that I'm calling. So you have it in front of the parameter, and then whenever you're calling that method in front of the parameter, once again you put in the reserved keyword ref to force that parameter to act as a reference type. So now a will be a reference type, meaning that when we're saying ref a, we're actually passing in a pointer to a. So once it gets here, once we are changing the value that we're pointing to, and once this gets popped off the stack and we go back to our main method, we are now referring to the same a. Let's see what happens. And here we go. It says 90 because it is a reference type. So you can use ref or out. If you say out, same thing would happen. And if we run this as well, you will see that it says 90. So out, once again, forces your parameter to act as a reference type. If it is a value type, it will be behaving as a reference type. But I guess the question here is, what is the difference? And the differences are actually pretty subtle. Let me go over them real quickly. Let's talk about the ref first. When we're using ref, so if I change this back to ref, the parameter that we are trying to force to act as a reference type has to be initialized. In this case, a is 10. But if we take this out, we'll actually not like it. See? It's underlined. Use of unassigned local variable a. But if we say out, so let me change this to out, out would actually not care about that. So when you're using out, then the variable that you're trying to force, or the value type rather, that you're trying to force to act as a reference type does not have to be initialized, as you can see right here. So this works perfectly. But if I change it back to ref again, you will see that it does not like it. Now, if I change this back to out real quickly, and if I don't change the value of that value type inside of the method, you will see that it will break. The out parameter a must be assigned to before control leaves the current method, meaning that we have to assign a some type of value in order for it to work. So this is the intricacy with the out reserved keyword. However, if I change this back to ref, and once again with ref we need this to be initialized, so I will do just that. I will say 10, and I then go in and take this assignment out, it will be totally fine. So whenever you're using the ref reserved keyword, it only wants the value type to be initialized, but afterwards it does not care whether it's been assigned in the other method or not. But with the out reserved keyword, it's the exact opposite. So it does not care whether the value type is initialized or not. However, it cares whether it has been assigned a value or not before it leaves the control. So there you go. Now it will work. So this is the difference between out and ref keywords and how we can force value types to act as reference types. And this is important to know as we will be using them moving forward.